Hello all, my name is Shreyas Warrior. Welcome to the YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be sharing a basic roadmap and some insights about career opportunities in DevOps and Cloud in the IT industry. I am from Dharamsi Desai University, IT SEM 6. Before beginning, I would like to thank my mentors, Dr. Vipul Dabi and Dr. Harshad Prajapati, for always guiding me and for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share my knowledge with you. If you have any doubts, you may contact us on this mail it.edu.ac.in@gmail.com. So before diving into what is DevOps, let's see why DevOps or how it was born. Let's consider a real life example. Once upon a time, there was a local pizzeria famous for delivering mad water and dishes. But behind the scenes, the management was very chaotic. As you can see, there was only one giant oven in the kitchen where all the dishes were cooked at a time. So this led to longer waiting time, and sometimes the crusts were also burned. Also, the delivery drivers were only given one single route without GPS optimization. So this also led to longer waiting times for the hungry customers. One day, the owner of the shop heard about this work culture or practice known as DevOps, and he decided to implement it. So what he did was he divided his entire kitchen into smaller stations, and each station had a set of its own ingredients. So now all the dishes were crafted in parallel. This allowed for faster cooking times and better quality. Also, the delivery drivers were given GPS optimized routes. So now they could reach the hungry customers faster. So that's all about DevOps. So what is DevOps really? DevOps is like a superhero that brings together the two teams. Dev, the one who creates the software, and the Ops, the one who makes sure that it runs smoothly. So it can be best explained as a group of people working together to build and deliver secure software at top speed. Getting good at DevOps is like becoming pro in a video game. You need to learn a bunch of tools to succeed. It's not just one or two, but you need to have the entire toolkit. So the first tool is version control. One of the most popular version control tool is Git. So version control is a smart history keeper for your code. It tracks the changes, helps you to collaborate with other engineers smoothly. So what is the difference between Git and GitHub? Git is like a tool, like a paintbrush, and GitHub is where the magic happens, or like a canvas. So that's all about version control system. Now, this issue is known as it works on my machine issue. The next tool is Docker. Docker is your go-to tool for ensuring that your software runs concurrently and consistently on every machine across the globe. How does it achieve this? So it does this by encapsulating your entire application along with all the dependencies that are needed to run the application. So basically you create a container for your app along with the dependencies it needs to run. So the most important in Docker is the difference between Docker file, Docker image and Docker container. Let's see what those are. Docker file is a blueprint for building a Docker image. Docker image is a template for running Docker containers. And the container is just a running process. And yes, it also eliminates the notorious it works on my machine issue. That's all about Docker. Let's move to the next tool. So imagine a stock trading platform like Robinhood. When the market is closed, the app isn't doing much. But when they open, it needs to fulfill millions of transactions occurring at the same time parallelly. To handle this efficiently, you need multiple Docker containers. So this is where Kubernetes comes into play. It ensures that the right number of containers are deployed any given time based on the current demand. So next tool is Kubernetes. So when you have multiple Docker containers running in your application, you need someone to manage and coordinate them. This is where container orchestration or Kubernetes comes in. Kubernetes streamlines the development, and just like in music, a good orchestrator creates a beautiful music with the help of the musicians. Similarly, Kubernetes also creates streamlines development with the help of the Docker containers. That is all about Kubernetes. Now, once you have learned the basic tools, here are the three advanced tools you need in your DevOps toolkit. First tool is Ansible. It is your automation maestro. It is developed to streamline and automate tasks in your infrastructure. Jenkins is used for building a CI/CD pipeline. CI/CD means continuous integration and continuous deployment. Think of it like if you are sleeping and your code is production ready, then your code will be deployed automatically. That is done by Jenkins. And Terraform just helps you to manage your infrastructure as a code. That's all about DevOps. Now let's see what is cloud. Consider your favorite thing, for example, games. You love games and you have so many games that now your house is full of them. So now if you want to buy more, you have to store them outside of your house. So this place would needed to be safe and in such a manner that only you can play with the games and whenever you require. So this special place in IT is known as the cloud. Cloud computing is just on-demand delivery of compute power, database storage, and all the other resources. And the most important and advantageous is you only pay for what you use. So that is the introduction of cloud. There are three types of cloud services: private cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud. In private, the cloud services are maintained by the single organization for their use, and it is not exposed to the public. Example you can consider as a rack space. And public cloud. Public cloud, we all have access to that cloud. For example, Google Cloud, AWS, Microsoft Azure, etc. And hybrid cloud. Some organizations keep their private files on the part of the cloud and release the other part to the public. These are known as hybrid cloud. The best example is AWS. Here are some cloud services you have been using without even knowing it. You would be amazed to know that Netflix was built on AWS, which provides video on demand. Other examples are Dropbox and Gmail. These are also built on cloud services. Now let's see the advantages of cloud computing. Cost reduction. You only pay for whatever you use whenever you need. Flexibility. You may change the resource type whenever you need it. For example, let's consider that today you only need 8 gigabytes of virtual memory, but tomorrow you may need 32 or 64. You can change it whenever you need and you only pay for what you use. Scalability. You can accommodate larger loads. When you have larger loads, you may increase the resource type. Agility. You can rapidly develop, test, and launch software. Elasticity. Prevention of data loss because data is stored and saved remotely. High availability. There are so many data centers across the world for cloud. And the most important is no hardware requirement. Everything is hosted in the cloud. So everything is online. You do not need any hardware. These are the advantages of cloud computing. Now let's see some cloud service providers. So here is a study done in 2023 about various cloud providers in the industry. So as you may notice, top three are AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. And also among them, AWS maintains the monopoly. Now here are the requirements for DevOps and cloud. So here a single tick means that only basic knowledge is required, two ticks means intermediate, and three means advanced knowledge is required. So most of these subjects are also taught in the university and some of them you have to do on your own. And fortunately, there are only two subjects which you have to learn in advance, which are distributed system and container in order to pursue your career in DevOps. Here you may see that there are also some subjects which are common with each other. For example, Linux fundamentals, version control, and also networking fundamental. So by achieving this knowledge in all these subjects, you are market ready for DevOps and cloud. Now, where to learn cloud technologies? I am proud to declare that our university is offering two free courses by AWS Academic Cloud Foundation and Machine Learning Foundation. These courses are curated by AWS experts themselves, and they also provide hands-on labs where you can practice whatever you have learned. And also, they help to prepare for AWS Cloud Practitioner Certification exam. And after completion of the course, they will provide official certificate by AWS, which will help you validate your skills. Let's see some certifications in DevOps and cloud. Why are certificates required? Once you have mastered a skill, you need to declare or show to the global world that you know that skill. Certifications help recognize your skills at a global level and validate them. For example, certificates from AWS, Google Cloud, Azure. Again, there are three levels: entry level, intermediate, and advanced. Once you have cracked the entry level, you may move to the higher levels. These are some of the certifications in DevOps. Now let's see certification exam in cloud. So again, there are three: AWS, Microsoft, and Google. And again, entry level to advanced level. Now let's see what companies are working on DevOps and cloud. Here is a study conducted by North America DevOps Market Revenue from 2020 to 2032. As you may notice, in 2022, it was only $3.7 billion, and it has been predicted to rise in 2032 exponentially. So yes, DevOps and cloud market are booming. And here you may notice some of the companies: Simform, Intuitive Cloud, Cognizant, Accenture, Capgemini, and IBM. All these companies work on cloud and DevOps. Some of these companies are Ahmedabad and Vadodara based, and some are Pune based. So where to learn DevOps and cloud? Here is a list of resources which I have used for my journey. So YouTube channels, Free Code Camp is a very large YouTube channel with so many videos on every computer science which you may use. Traversy Media and TechPal with Nana is the best channel for learning DevOps. And Fireship is my personal favorite. They provide a 100-second refresher course for every concept and for every technology. So you may use it to brush up for an interview. There are also online learning platforms. For example, Stefan Marek is best on Udemy for learning AWS and also to prepare for AWS Cloud Practitioner exam. And for GitHub repositories, you have in 28 minutes, which teaches you DevOps masterclass. Now, goodies after completing AWS Academy courses. So I have completed AWS Academy Cloud Foundations course offered by the university. After the completion of the course, I got awarded a badge and a certificate officially by the AWS. So I can use these to demonstrate my skills and recognize at a global level. Now I would like to end with a quote. If you are always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. So keep exploring and keep exploiting. So if you have any doubts, you may reach out to me on LinkedIn, GitHub, or email. Thank you everyone for listening to me. Have a great day.